Hello, everyone, and welcome to a short trade talk. Markets the week ahead. So, what we're going to discuss now is the stocks that you should watch out for in the week, Nifty 50 analysis, Bank Nifty analysis, and everything that you need to know before the expiry of 31st August. So, here are some major news drivers for the coming week. On Tuesday, August 29th, the IPO CPS Shapers opens for subscription. On Wednesday, in the IPO corner, we've got Rishabh Instruments, which also opens for subscription, and Pyramid Technoplast that will list on the exchanges, which has already been oversubscribed well in the past week. On Thursday, August 31st, is our expiry day, which is the monthly expiry. On that day, we expect the India GDP numbers and an IPO, Aeroflex Industries, to list. On Friday, which is the last day of the week, we expect the Indian manufacturing PMI data to come up and also the US unemployment data and the US PMI data to come up. So it's going to be definitely a data packed and a listing packed week. Let's go on to see how the global indices performed in the past week. So we had the Sensex that only moved about 60 points in the last week and ended at 64,886. The Nifty, on the other hand, came to about 19,256, down about 43 points in the week. We had the Hang Seng, DAX, FTSE, and the CAC, the European markets and the Hong Kong markets, which were very flat throughout the week. However, the Dow Jones corrected about 410 points. And as we speak, the Dow Jones is about 400 points down in the week entirely. However, the Nasdaq has not gone in the red. Nasdaq is about 50 points up from the start of the week. So this is basically the global indices, pretty much, stable to a little bit of negativity in the Dow Jones. However, let's talk about which were the stocks that gave us the move in the Indian markets. Bajaj Finance, Axis Bank, Asian Paints, Bajaj Finserv, and Hindalco were some of the stocks that really made it to the top gainers. So we had Bajaj Finance with about a 5% gain, Axis with 4%, Asian Paints, Finserv, and Hindalco with about 3%. On the other hand, the weekly losers, the biggest losers in the week, were Adani Ports, Reliance Industries Limited, the heavyweight, Adani Enterprises, another heavyweight, the Sun Pharma, and Cipla. So basically, we had some selling on the Adani Ports Industries and a few of the pharma stocks. However, if we talk about the FII and the DII figures, you would see that majorly a huge part of the selling of the FIIs came on Friday, which happens to be the last trading session of the week. So on Friday, we had 4,600 crores of selling by the FIIs. However, DIIs, on the other hand, have been net buyers throughout the week. So you can see DIIs have bought almost, about 7,000 crores in the week. And FIIs have been net sellers. FIIs have definitely been on the sell side. And hence, it's been a week with a little bit of negativity on the index. Let's go on to see the chart of Nifty and what Nifty has done on a weekly basis and how you should treat your positions or how you should be careful about your positions in the coming week. So I have the weekly chart of Nifty open in front of me. The way I look at it is firstly, the moving averages. As you can see on my screen, the green is a 20-day moving average. The blue is a 50-day moving average. The orange is a 100-day moving average, whereas the red line is a 200-day moving average. So I plotted all the moving averages on Nifty. And on a weekly base, if we see majorly, it's been the green moving average that has been respected, which is the 20-day moving average. And then 20-day moving average as of now is somewhere around the 18,900 level. Hence, looks like the correction that we had from the upside, which is from close to 20,000 levels, we've come down with consecutive red candles on the Nifty. We've got 5 weekly red closes on the Nifty. However, if you actually see the trend line that I've drawn from the previous stops, this particular level seems to be a very, very good support. So previously, what was acting as resistance is now become the support. Hence, we'll watch out to see what Nifty has in store for us in the next week. However, what I see is some bit of selling thanks to the FIIs and support, which was the previous tops. So these are the factors that we see on the Nifty. However, seeing it on the monthly time frame, on the monthly time frame, the month started red. Obviously, we've been seeing a fall continuously from 19,800 odd levels to 19,200. The previous month's low was 19,234, and the current month's low is 19,229. So we are almost at the previous month's low. Let's see how the next candle shapes up, whether it breaks the highs or it does another sideways move. However, there are some points that I want to highlight, some data points that I want to highlight when it comes to the Nifty. So for the Nifty, the important data points, especially for the especially for the expiry, the FNO data looks like this. The highest call open interest lies at 19,500. The highest put open interest lies at 19,000. So this seems to be a 500 point, and the markets are exactly in the middle of those 500 points. However, if I see a weekly chart, the support and resistance that I showed you, the support of Nifty is at 19,200, whereas the resistance is at 19,480. So these are the levels that we are going to watch out for on a weekly basis for the coming expiry. The Bank Nifty. Now let's go on to the most interesting index, the Bank Nifty. The Bank Nifty, on the other hand, if I actually see the index, what I personally see is, the Bank Nifty has been correcting like the Nifty also from its previous top that it's made of about 46,000. It's exactly come and stopped at the 20-day moving average. So unlike the Nifty, the Bank Nifty has already touched the 20-day moving average. On a weekly basis, we saw some green up move from the 20 DMA. Therefore, if the lows of these 20 DMA is maintained, which happens to be somewhere around the 43,870 levels, and the low of the previous week was 43,862. So if these levels are maintained, you can expect Bank Nifty to start moving upwards and giving us some up moves. So on the Bank Nifty weekly chart, it's taken support of the 20-day moving average. However, we've seen historically if the 20-day moving average is broken, it comes to the 50-day moving average and takes support. The 50-day moving average, however, in the current scenario is somewhere around the 42,100 levels, which is very far, right? So we should hope that the Bank Nifty turns from here. On a monthly basis, however, if you see the Bank Nifty chart looks a little red, 45,740, which was the open of the month and somewhere where the high was of the month. That's somewhere where the markets have turned from. And on the lower side, we've seen 43,600, which was the previous low that it's made. On the monthly chart, if you see the moving averages, it takes the 20-month moving average very, very seriously. The Bank Nifty is not broken it. However, this time around, it's a little far from that. But we hope that the weekly moving averages are supportive. On the daily chart, Bank Nifty looks like has made a bottom had made a bottom previously on the daily 100-day moving average. Okay, so this is the 100-day moving average. It's taken exact support from there. In the previous session, which happens to be the Thursday session, we actually crossed the other upper moving averages, which are the 50 and the 20. But in today's trading day or Friday's trading day, we did not sustain it and closed between the 20 and the 50 and the 100-day moving averages. So this is going to be interesting. On a daily basis also, if you see the supports lies somewhere around the 43,700, 800 levels. These are levels that we are going to definitely watch out for in the Bank Nifty. Now, when it comes to Bank Nifty data, let me take you to some derivative data and some important points. The support of Bank Nifty lies at 43,600, whereas the resistance is 44,500, the top of the month. If you see the open interest data, the highest call open interest is at 45,000. That's exactly from where the Bank Nifty on Thursday turned around from. And the highest put open interest is at 44,000. So basically, it's the 1,000-point range within which we expect the expiry to happen. Let's watch out and see where Bank Nifty actually lands up expiring. Now, I'm going to discuss with you some momentum stocks, some stocks that have good movement, which have either broken their 52-week highs or their all-time highs. In our radar, we have two stocks. One is APL Apollo and second is Escorts. I'm going to take you to the charts and show you how these stocks are done in the week and what you can expect going ahead. Here's the chart of APL Apollo, the weekly chart. As you can see on week, it's making higher tops, higher bottoms. So in this week also, it was up about 10%. It's made a higher top, higher bottom. On a monthly time frame also, if you've seen, the stock is making consistent higher tops and higher bottoms. So very interesting chart to see. On a daily basis also, if you see, there has been a breakout from the previous top. I'm going to draw a trend line from the previous top, and that's exactly where the low of the current yesterday's candle is. The Friday's candle is made exactly a low there. Hence, a break above this, a break above this. When I say break above this, that means a trade above 1709 will be interesting to trade. You can look for some upside when it comes to this stock in the coming week. Your stop loss will obviously be somewhere around the low of this last candle, and try and gauge whatever upside that you can. Because normally when you see stocks which have broken out from their previous tops do what they've done in the week, right? You can see that in this week it's done about 2%. In the previous week it's done about 4%. And in the month it's entirely would come up about 6.5%. The previous month, it was up 22%. So this is how momentum stocks behave. So this is one of the momentum stocks that is on our radar. The other momentum stocks that I told you is escorts. On a weekly basis, you can see the chart looks amazing. Week on week, it's making a higher top and a higher bottom. This week also, the closing was great in spite of the index correcting. It moved 7% in the week, which is 200 rupees. On a monthly base, if you see the monthly chart, it is chart which has actually given some amazing breakout. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a trend line from the previous stops. As you can see, this is a monthly breakout. It's above all the moving averages. The stock looks very interesting. You can look for buying opportunities on this one as well. Let's look at some stocks which look a little weak in their trading. So next week, so the stocks which show weakness. Here are some stocks which have weekly breakdowns. The two stocks on our radar is Jindal Steel and Power and Vedanta Limited. I'm going to quickly take you to the charts and show you how these weak stocks are behaving. Here's the chart of Jindal Steel and Power. This is the weekly chart. As you can see, the previous stop, the high that it made recently was about 700. From that high, it took 2 weeks for the price to come down to 340. So it's a good 10% down move. It's making lower tops and lower bottoms on a weekly chart. The weekly moving average, right? The weekly moving average is somewhere around 605. So the 20 week moving average is around 605. Every time the stock has made a top, it's come and touched the average. So you can expect this to happen. The stop loss, however, will be towards the high of the week. If you see the monthly chart also has a long wick with a close near the low of the week, which is a negative signal. So if you have a open is equal to high on this stock in the coming week, it could be a opportunity to sell it. So basically, there will be a sell signal that will be generated, and you can expect some downside on the stock. If I show you the daily chart also, it has broken the 20-day moving average, and this is how the stock has come down. Keep it in your radar. The other stock is VDL. VDL is a stock that looks weak on charts. If you see, it has recently made almost touched its 52-week low. So 52-week low is almost right there for VDL. It's below all the moving averages. The RSI for this is also below 40. So there's weakness all over the counter. If you see a monthly chart of VDL, it definitely looks a little scary. In the month, it has already fallen 15%. This is a strong signal of weakness. However, if you see a daily chart, on the daily chart also, it's constantly making lower lows. So there was a huge downside that had come in on 3rd of August. So at the start of the month, with a very big spurt in volumes, the stock was down 6%. Post that, there's been no signs of recovery, including the last trading day, which was Friday, where it did open is equal to high. Remember, open is equal to high is a negative signal. From there, the stock has come down crashing. So basically, VDL, another weak stock. So be careful, around both of these weak stocks. So that's about what we wanted to discuss with you on Trade Talk. stay tuned with us. We are always going to be around. I'm going to see you every week on Friday. We're going to send you an update on weekly expiries, Bank Nifty, Nifty, and stocks to watch out for. If you'd like this video, please don't forget to subscribe or put your thoughts in the comments. Thank you, and don't forget to follow Fisdom.